One Piece chapter 1091. Did I jump the gun on my reaction? Probably did, but it was still a good chapter. Now let's get started with the beginning. It's just the grunts fighting, sea beast killing the grunts, and it's pretty much giving us a recap of what the hierarchy is. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot certain positions. Like I knew it's probably Eam, then the Gorosei, then Vegapunk, then Sentomaru, then it goes down the line. But I think that part was just to really emphasize the hierarchy there, because the sea beasts were just killing grunts, and then you saw like the vice admirals kind of going crazy, but they're supposed to. I will stand on that hill that they're still useless. But then we get the, if you even want to call it a fight, Sentomaru versus Kizaru. I mean, I knew what was going to happen. Let's be real. We all knew what was going to happen. It just sucked. Even when I read the title, I knew what was going to happen. Most authors in general will make a chapter and you'll know like, oh, that person's done. Like you just knew at that moment. It was just sad, bro, because it's like he really getting beat up by his uncle, and they gave that little mini backstory. It did suck, I can't lie. But at the end of the day, I don't really care about Sentomaru that much to be that sad about it. He did, I guess. Like, I mean, it is what it is. And then you can see it during the fight. Kizaru even said, like, you better surrender, Sentomaru. Like, I got to do my job. Because if you don't surrender, I got to do what I got to do. And then Sentomaru always said, well, I got to do mine too. The one thing I didn't like that Oda did, he made him go out trash. Like, his last words were, my guard isn't anything to sneeze at either, you know. And then all you see is Kizaru go like this. Beam, boom, right through his defense. Like he could have showed like him deflecting it a little bit, and then realizing, oh, Kizaru's too strong, and then go like, you know how like it could have been a build up, you know. It just made him look like he was. It just made it look like he was so trash, but it does make sense. And in the story, it does make sense. Kizaru should be that powerful, but like I just wish Sentomaru had like gave him some type of like fight. Supposed to be protecting Dr. Vegapunk. I wish he had like a little bit of something. And that's his whole thing is defense. And I ain't seen none. Basically, after Kizaru pretty much sweep that boy Sentomaru up, he got the authority chip, and obviously using his leverage as an admiral due to the hierarchy, he changed everything. So the sea beasts are going to stand down. Everybody's going to stand down pretty much. I believe the seraphim might be used against the Straw Hats. You know, they might get him out of that little bubble thing. Except for Boa's clone, I feel like she's going to stay with Luffy and them. Okay, I want to see how that turns out. Because if that's the case, I feel like they will have their own free will pretty much. She will be the first one to break out free, and we'll see her free will go about, but then we'll slowly see the other ones become, we will be able to see the others break free and be them true selves as well. And then I gotta talk about this dude real quick, bro. This dude, Saint J. Garcia Saturn, I like him. As a villain, I love him. As a villain, I love him because he's trying to act like he cares. Or he's just trying to stay up to date. I don't know. He's saying, keep me updated on the casualties. Do you really care? Because I feel like he can take on everybody, including Luffy, by himself. And that's only because I don't think Luffy reaches full potential yet. I feel like he has so much stuff to go, so many things to learn through Gear 5. The Straw has pretty much figured out, oh, Sentomaru's pretty much cooked, and they gotta, you know, start hurrying up the processes to get out of there. And then here go Usopp. They wiped this out 2 years ago. You just saw him face Kaido. What are you scared about Luffy for? I would listen, Luffy now and Kizaru coming, I'm not really scared for real. Like, listen, he just fought Kaido. Kizaru's not stronger than Kaido. Let's keep it a stack. I know there's a lot of like Marine people that love to say like the admirals are just as good as the Yonko, but there's certain Yonko that I just don't believe that they will be. Like, I think all of the admirals except for Green Bull, he looked like he was trash. That was the worst first impression I've ever seen of an admiral in my life. I feel like they can be like a Big Mom, obviously a Buggy, but he's not really there because he's strong. He's there because of political power. I don't know why Usopp's still scared. Like, I feel like he'll get his courage in Elbaf. I don't know why he's like scared at this point. I mean, I guess because of his character, but then we get to the sort of twist during this chapter. I won't call it a twist because it's not really a twist because I've seen it coming. Rob Lucci turning on Dr. Vegapunk, trying to kill him. He got to finish his mission. I don't blame him. Got to get that paycheck. This he ended up being on the bad end of that attack. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. She's going to be fine. I don't believe she's dying. I don't think they would just bring her back just to kill her. I feel like there's more to her story, if that makes any sense, because y'all know One Piece. Listen, a character not gonna just show up out of nowhere, for that to be the result. We got to get some type of backstory or something, even if it's like 2 panels. We know this. We know this. Sentomaru even got one. Her story's not over yet. I don't believe she's dead. Sentomaru, yeah, he's done. But that whole ordeal pretty much is setting up a fight between Zoro and Rob Lucci, and I believe that Kaku will eventually face Sanji. Because you see in the background, Sanji has the little bubble gun with Kaku in the back. So I feel like that's going to be set up, obviously. Zoro versus Rob Lucci, I can't wait. As a Zoro fan, as Zoro as my favorite character in the show. I don't know. I would have to make a actual tier list or ranking for that. Zoro could cook, but I'm just afraid that he's still not healed from Wano. I don't remember. Did we see the side effects of the medicine yet? I feel like it's going to hit him mid Rob Lucci fight, and we're gonna see it. And then Elbaf is where he's gonna heal, or we could just forget about it. And I hope we do, because I just hope that was just a one-time thing. And then at the end of the chapter, obviously the last man is Luffy, and he's going to be facing Kizaru. I didn't actually see coming. I thought Zoro would face Kizaru, Sanji would face Rob Lucci, and then Luffy would go ahead and face the Gorosei. And I thought the other two would win, and they would get Luffy somehow, get on the ship and fly away. That's what I thought would happen. But I'm guessing it's going to be a notch down, which I actually like better than what I said. That's why I'm not writing this story. And I believe that's going to be a good fight. I think people are underestimating the admirals, bro. Like, I think people are really underestimating the admirals. Do I think Kizaru is going to win? No. I'm not saying all that. Listen, it's going to be a good fight. Like, people love to downplay the admirals. I get it. Green Bull, I downplay him all the time. He's not even like that. Fujitora, he's kind of like that. We've seen Kizaru before. I highly doubt in those 2 years he hasn't not trained. Just like Luffy, I feel like Kizaru's game is going to step up during the fight as well. But Luffy's like, come on, he ain't losing. Think about it for a second. A, he's Luffy. B, he the main character. C, he got gear 5. He's not losing, bro. We know this. And even Luffy knows it. He said we 100 times stronger than we were 2 years ago. With that being said, I would give that chapter about like I know in my reaction I said a 10 out of 10. That's because I was just so amped up. I ain't gonna lie. The ending did get me amped up. I would give it a 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. In between that range. I really did like, but I've seen 10 out of 10 chapters that just wasn't 10 out of 10. Listen. We've had 10 out of a lot during that, before the July break. Leading up to that, there was multiple bangers. Now, this is also a banger, but it's less of a banger. Those ones go into the Hall of Fame. But with that being said, comment down below what's your favorite part of this chapter. And looks like our time is up.